All right, ladies and gentlemen. Firstly, apologies for not doing this yesterday. This is just another moment of me not paying attention to every single manga that I have on this channel. Otherwise, I would have had this reaction of yesterday because that's when the chapter dropped. But better yesterday than 2 whole weeks after the fact. So let's go ahead and get this started, shall we? Yo, peoples, Kyushu92 here, and welcome to a early morning reaction to One Punch Man. Last we left off, we were pretty much seeing Sitch explain to a lot of the heroes the situation with Blast, and then we saw Saitama getting used to his new accommodations in his new apartment at Hero HQ. We also saw Amai Mask, literally not only Amai Mask, but also Dr. Beaufoy, looking into Saitama, because they both know that Saitama is the cause of these powerful occurrences. Mainly the occurrence of those million-dollar-yen robots that were guarding the HQ being utterly destroyed with little effort whatsoever. Dr. Beaufoy, aka Metal Knight, and Amai Mask, aka Handsome Cayman, have all been looking into Saitama, wondering just who he is. And apparently, but I did get to binge 2 chapters, so that must have been nice. Yeah, it was good. It was nice, but at the same time, I need to pay more attention to when these chapters for One Punch Man release, because it's kind of sporadic. Unlike other chapters that I read, there is no actual set time of when to expect the next chapter. Like, it could go on break easily, and I not know it, because it never says when the chapter is going to be posted. It just posts. So if there was a way for me to get notifications on my phone, because I have Shonen Jump on my phone, then that would be helpful towards me. But Handsome Cayman, aka Amai Mask, and Metal Knight are looking into Saitama to find out truly what he is and what he can do. And apparently, the situation with Blast and this God person, literally God, is a situation that the heroes themselves may come up against, that Sitch is really trying to get them all to realize that this might be the grave calamity that we are looking forward to. And apparently, the reason why this god individual keeps going through different dimensions and messing with different dimensions is because there's something drawing his attention here. And in that last chapter, it was directly referencing that Saitama is the one that is interesting God so much that he chooses to, interfere with their current dimension more than any others. And it's only, like I said this before during my last reaction, it's only a matter of time before Saitama runs afoul with God. So that's a death battle I didn't expect to even have in my mindset for One Punch Man. Let's get started with chapter 173. Visitor. Yeah, chapter 173, Visitor. And it cuts to, because I had to look at this a quick moment ago, because it showed that this was a chapter that was up on the wiki, so I didn't spend too much time on the wiki, Ogata-san. So this is the chapter that I saw last week, or the week before. I think it was the week before. So we're at a Saitama's apartment, and the door opens up, and it's a spermatozoon with Pochi. You're still here?
Of course! Don't leave me out here! Let me inside! I can be useful, master!
Should I get a doghouse? I got an idea. The loser of our fight has to take care of these two. Huh? A dog and... what's that other thing?
Seriously?
You remember, spermatozoon is pretending to be a monkey. A talking monkey. That should already draw suspicion from Saitama, but he's pretty much devoid of all, I wouldn't say common sense, but he's just there. That's how I can best describe Saitama. He's just there, mentally and physically. Well, a dog, and what's this other thing?
Seriously?
A monkey? You took in a stray? It followed me here. It must be a monster. Is it safe?
I gotta act like a monkey!
Sounds good. Stakes will make this serious. Oh, right, I also forgot that the 3 dudes that were trying to, mess with King earlier and got scared of King, they're trying to haze Saitama. And they challenge him to a fight. So that's happening. They don't know. They're not prepared. Sounds good. Stakes will make this serious. The loser takes care for your pets. I'm fine with that. Let's go to a parking lot where there's more room. Or I think there might be Saitama. I think it's Saitama who's saying, let's go to a parking lot where there's more room. Let's go to a parking lot where there's more room. And then it cuts to Saitama versus the guy whose name I forgot because it's been so long since I've seen his name. The dude with the headphones and shades. The dude that says he's a face of the youth. You might get hurt, so don't hold it against me, okay? After it's over, don't ask me to be your pupil. And then the dude in the back, the butterfly dude in the back, goes, a hero needs such confidence or he'll never get anywhere. I've never seen Forte fight. Oh, his name is Forte. I've never seen Forte fight, but fighting in rhythm isn't so strange. Some martial arts masters do it. They build up their own style. If you think it's just for show, you'll get hurt. This guy's gonna learn that lesson. And then Forte turns up the music in his headphones, and it gets so loud that it starts shaking his headphones, and he starts feeling the music, and he starts moving, and he starts dancing. And Saitama's all like, huh? What the heck? And then Forte goes, let's battle. And then as he's trying to say something, Saitama says something. As Saitama says something, he can't hear it because the music is so loud in his ears. And he says, huh? It's too late to beg for... And Saitama says, I said a car's coming. And Forte immediately gets hit by the same car that the Blizzard bunch was driving in. Because remember, in the last chapter, Blizzard was traveling with her entire bunch to the headquarters. And they wind up just hitting Forte. We hit him. Is he okay?
Didn't you hear the horn, you moron?
He's out cold. This is Forte. He's Class A. Yo, Forte, you alive? This is bad. He shouldn't listen to music and fight. It's not my fault. And then it cuts to Blizzard. Besides, your car hit him. Well, it shows Blizzard, but she's not the one speaking. Besides, your car hit him. You should be the one to apologize, Blizzard.
Saitama, what are you doing here? Do you live here now?
My other house got wrecked. And then she doesn't say anything. Underground parking lot. And then we cut to some execs. We've been waiting. This way, please. And it cuts to a man in like almost a Bugatti-looking car. A jet black Bugatti-looking car. Dressed to the nine with like a short cowboy hat on. And what looks to be like a smiling mask on his face. Yeah, there's a smiling mask on his face. And he has this aura around him that causes Blizzard to kind of, sweat a little bit. And she goes, perfect. Saitama, come with me. You're Class A, but I'll let you come anyway. I'm not in your bunch. You're always so arrogant. You're always so arrogant. He's Class A now? Why? What's so special about him? If only you knew.
Master, what should we do?
And then he looks over at Forte and goes, well, deal's a deal. What? They're my responsibility too, so we'll all do our share. We were part of your bet?
We were part of your bet?
Thanks, gotta go, see ya. No, wait. He's in with King and the Blizzard Bunch. Apparently he gets around. And then it cuts to the Blizzard Bunch and Saitama walking inside Hero HQ, past up towards the Hero Association Special Detention Center. So, who are we meeting?
You'll see.
Detainment Center?
We want to visit inmate number...
and then it cuts to the attendant who's there that goes, that inmate is currently with another visitor and scheduled for transfer to another facility, so you can't
interrupt the other visitor. This is urgent. You must let us in.
Then it cuts to floor B13. We sedated her, so it's safe. And then the doors open up. Oh, it's Psychos! It's Psychos! They got Psychos! Yo! They got Psychos locked up! We sedated her, so it's safe. And the door opens up and it has to do with the strange smiling mask on, standing there with the other execs. Meet Psychos, leader of the Monster Association. According to our data, she temporarily held her own against Tornado. right. Actually, we didn't know that. Physical transformation and other abilities make her a valuable specimen, so I thank you.
Well, we're in dire financial straits.
Thank you for the fee you've paid. Is there anything you need?
As a monster, she has no human rights, so experiment on her however you please.
And it cuts to this man standing right next to Psychos, because she's bound in a chair, just a solitary room. Nothing in there, she's just in the middle of a chair, kind of like Aizen. And he's just in one solitary spot, and he's just bound there. This sample will greatly advance Tsukuyomi's research. And then it cuts to Psychos waking up. And she goes, Tsukuyomi. And then she explodes with psycho power, which blows off this person's mask, who also manages to block it with his own shield. Like it's... Hold on. But Psychos, sorry, family was asking me what I wanted for breakfast. Psychos hears the name Tsukuyomi, and she explodes with psychic power, but this dude, his mask and hat get blown off, but he blocks it with a force field of his own. I thought we sedated her! And this man just points both of his fingers towards her, and she gets hit with something, and she falls unconscious immediately. Oops. Wouldn't want to damage your brain. The secret to prescience lies within your third eye. Torture? We have the ideal place for... No, thank you. We'll open her head in our lab. And it cuts to this man. Now, the thing is, this dude, his mask comes off, and we see his face. And it kind of almost doesn't look any different than how his mask looks. Like, his mask had, 4... star shapes on the top of it, and it was just a smile with eyes. But his mask is off, and as you see his eyes, it's kind of like has like two eyelashes, pointed eyelashes underneath, and he still has the same star marks on his forehead. But yeah, Psychos is knocked out cold. I don't know who's drawing these panels, but they're really going above and beyond to show the contours of a person's body. Especially Psychos. I'm just saying it now. It's a lot more detailed than you would normally see in other things, and there's emphasis on it. Man of culture. Oops, wouldn't want to damage your brain. The secret to prescience lies within your third eye. Torture? We have the idea place for. No, thank you. We'll open her head in our lab. And then it cuts to numerous other people on an elevator. Pretty much the Blizzard bunch with Saitama and, Blizzard. Big elevator. What's it usually carry? And then Blizzard doesn't say anything. Then it cuts to when Psychos was on the throngs of literally being defeated. And she's trying to sneak away. Garo got away. Garo got away. Find him. And she's crawling away, but Blizzard is right there in front of her. This was after everything happened. Yeah, you're hellish Blizzard. I forgot to give her an accent. You're Hellish Blizzard, the Class B, Rank 1 hero and chairwoman of the Strange Powers Research Society. At last we meet again, former Vice Chair Third Eye Psychos. What? You mean to tell me that Psychos and Blizzard were part of the same organization with each other? That's why they're so familiar. That's why she's so familiar with Tornado. Was Tornado part of it too? The Monster Association is over. Turn yourself in. If you fight with all that damage, you'll die. Why you? Darn you, Blizzard! You're trying to thwart me! When I was 17 and rivaled you in strength, you panicked and sealed my power. And it cuts to showing a young Psychos, and then apparently her power's getting sealed by Blizzard, but I'm trying to figure out what's exactly going underneath this tree right now. How are you sealing her power? Now you stand in my path to world domination! That's right, because I'm an egoist. When you proposed the extermination of normal humans by the Strange Powers Research Society, the people around you called it inhumane and called you insane. But I thought, if I ever surpassed my sister to stand at the top, there would be no point in an empty world. There are no peaks without valleys, no winners without losers. I thought you were the true egoist for trying to take that from me. I viewed you as an enemy, and I crush my enemies. Wow, so if she was going to eliminate all of she wanted to wow. Her humane society was like a school club that she was a part of. The Strange Powers Research Society was a club she was in back in high school, but back then she wanted to exterminate everyone who didn't have powers. And that was enough to cause Blizzard to look at her as like someone who had to be eliminated, so she sealed her powers. Well, I'm going to crush you literally, and this time I won't hold back like when we were students. And then it shows that Blizzard and Psychos engage. Wow, like, what happened? And the Blizzard bunch goes, Miss Blizzard! And it shows Psychos fighting Blizzard. So this is a flashback. This is a flashback as to how Psychos got actually apprehended. Her and Blizzard fought one last time, which pretty much means that Blizzard won if Psychos is in prison right now. If Psychos is in prison right now, then that means that Blizzard won against her. And seeing as how Psychos' power was already monstrous, for Blizzard to beat her, it must mean that Blizzard must have gone further as far as her power as well. And that's the end of the chapter. That's the end. Interesting. That's very interesting. We don't get the name of this guy from this new chapter. But I wonder if the reason why Blizzard is trying so hard to see Psychos is to get to her before this dude from Tsukuyomi gets to her first. Hold on, let me check something. Let's see. 173. Okay. I'm on the One Punch Man wiki. I'm checking real quick. If it has the newest chapter down below saying what the new chapter is, then I know it's time for me to go. Yep, time for me to go. All right, so I guess we're dipping into the history of Blizzard and her relationship with Psychos a little bit. I mean, we have Saitama traveling with Blizzard, so hopefully he gets to learn that as well. I was thinking that we were going to cut back to people trying to find out more about Saitama, but it really just spent a little bit of time on him because this chapter was more focused on the history of Blizzard and Psychos, which ought to be interesting to see their little, how that whole thing got started and how she went down the path of villainry and founded the Monsters Association. But I'm also wondering, given Psychos' power, how Blizzard managed to beat her, because even though she's good with her powers, she's not at the level of Tornado, which makes me wonder how Blizzard beat her, which is what I'm hoping to find out in the next chapter. Overall, this was a pretty alright chapter. It's just got me wondering even more things. I didn't think that Psychos and Blizzard would be this connected to each other, to the point where back then Blizzard was the reason why Psychos' psychic power was even sealed after she posed the plan to exterminate all non-psychic humans. So that just shows you, like, it reminds me of Geto in Jujutsu Kaisen, how he wanted to rid the worlds of everyone except Jujutsu sorcerers. And it kind of reminds me of that. And of course, that was meant with opposition. So I wonder why people think, like, we need to get rid of everyone except people like us. Then the world will be better. But it's like, you don't think you're going to actually be able to pull that off. I just wonder. I see so many villains come up with this plan of like, I'm only going to make it so that this planet has only this type of person on it, and that no one is ever going to be able to disrupt it or even defy me in that respect. And I'm like, you do realize that not everyone's going to feel the way you do. And the fact that every single person in that Strange Powers Research Society saw that idea of ridding the world of everyone except superpowered individuals, except psychic individuals, and called her insane. Everyone saw that plan as inhumane, killing everyone that doesn't have powers, and as inhumane, and called her insane for it. She couldn't actually believe it. But the fact that Blizzard saw it as like, she saw Psychos as someone that was in her way to get to the top, and the top was Tornado to her. She saw Psychos as someone that was standing in her way of getting to the top towards where her sister was, so she sealed her powers, because she basically says, I saw you as an enemy, and I crush my enemies. So she basically just sealed her powers in a method that makes me wonder what exactly she did. I got some ideas, but I don't know. But now we get to see this. Now we're going to see the battle that happened between Psychos and Blizzard years after they've grown up and grown more powerful, to see which one of their resolves would last longer. It's an old villain's philosophy that eventually leads to their downfall. Exactly. I mean, we see it all the time. I'm going to eradicate this world except for these types of people that I approve of. I mean, we've already saw that happen in real life when one faction decided to rid the world of other people that were not like them, and it led to not one but 2 world wars, which did not work out in their favor. So I wonder why villains keep thinking this works. I don't know. Maybe it's the sheer hubris of it all. Like, I have power, and therefore I'm going to use this power to enforce my ideology across everyone else. I know I'm going off on a tangent here, but I see it so often with villains. And it's like, this person, Psychos, when she was in high school, thought of this and thought it was going to be an okay idea. Which brings to my mind, maybe that's the reason why she created the Monsters Association, as a way to get rid of people with superpowers and only make it so that monsters remain. Because maybe she started to, I don't know, coincide with monsters? Maybe? I don't know. We're going to have to find out with the next chapter. Overall, I did enjoy it. Why couldn't they just leave the Archduke alone? I don't know. People think dumb things and think it'll work out, and then be wondering, how come it didn't work out, when they don't realize that what they thought of was dumb. But overall, I enjoyed this chapter. I hear Denim barking in the background, and being a puppy, he probably has to use the bathroom, so I'm going to check on him. I enjoyed this chapter. I know this isn't as long as I tend to do with other chapters, but I just wanted to take this moment to read One Punch Man. But a lot of lore this chapter, especially with Psychos, especially because I didn't think that Psychos survived. I honestly thought that she died, and she was completely eradicated. That's what I thought. Either that or I completely forgot where she was defeated, and I was so enamored by all the things that was happening with Garo and Saitama that I completely forgot. But I honestly thought that Psychos was gone. But to see her crawling away and find out that she's still alive and she's been in prison, and there's this weird third-eye dude that's with Tsukuyomi that's trying to probe her brain. I mean, honestly, this is already going to come at odds with Blizzard and her bunch, since she's trying to interrupt the conversation between this weird masked man who's trying to take and probe and sift through the mind of Psychos and experiment on her before Blizzard can get there. They're automatically going to come at odds with each other. So I wonder what relationship they have with each other, like the masked man, Psychos, and Blizzard. Because the name of Tsukuyomi was enough to cause her to come out of her sedation. Because mind you, she was sedated. But the name Tsukuyomi was enough to drive her out of her sedation. And she immediately explodes after hearing Tsukuyomi. So I wonder where Tsukuyomi falls into this. But we'll find out. We see a panel of her reacting to Garo fighting. Right, I forgot. Ogata-san. So much has happened. Literally, so much has happened literally all these weeks that I've just forgotten some panels. Thank you for reminding me, because if it wasn't for people like you and CJ and Psychos, Ogata-san, I would forget a lot of the things that I read in some mangas I don't always keep track of. So thank you. For as long as you've been here, you've been a great help to me. So I want to just say thank you. But I wonder what relationships all three of these individuals have with each other. Hopefully we'll find out in the next chapter. I'm going to stay away from the One Punch Man wiki. Just stay away from it and just wait for the next chapter to drop. But that's all I got for today, ladies and gentlemen. I still got to do Dragon Ball today and do my reaction to the newest beginning after the end chapter. So needless to say, I'm going to be quite busy today. All I can say to everyone here is, hope you all enjoyed. Can't wait to see you all in my next video. And if you're new to the channel and you enjoyed what you saw here today, no problem, but I did forget Forte's name. So did I! But if you're new to the channel and you enjoyed what you saw here today, then like, subscribe, maybe even consider becoming a member, because I am always looking forward to entertaining you. So have a fantastic day, and once again, as always, later, peoples. We're finding out so many new things about One Punch Man. It's like, whew, we're officially halfway through December. How much more are we going to possibly find out before this year's over? That's the question.